It was a crisp autumn morning when Jasmine Carter walked into the grand, marble-clad lobby of Sterling Heights Bank. The air inside was chilled, heavy with the quiet hum of industry, the shuffle of papers, and the occasional clink of a coffee cup. Dressed in a navy blue suit that framed her silhouette with precision, Jasmine carried a leather portfolio clutched to her chest, a treasure trove of business plans, projections, and dreams. For months, Jasmine had worked tirelessly on her concept, an organic skincare line inspired by her grandmother's recipes, handed down through generations of women who had used the earth's bounty to heal and nourish their communities. She had cultivated a loyal customer base, tested her products at farmers' markets, and seen her sales steadily climb. Now all she needed was the capital to scale. Her heart raced as she approached the loan officer's desk, not out of nervousness, but from hope. For Jasmine, this was more than a business transaction. It was an opportunity to honor her heritage and create a legacy. The man behind the desk, Alan Whitmore, was in his early 40s, with a crisp suit, a practiced smile, and eyes that seemed to weigh and measure everything in front of him. "Miss Carter, thank you for coming in," he said, gesturing to the seat across from him. Jasmine sat down and laid her portfolio on the desk. "Thank you for meeting with me. I'm excited to share my vision for Rose and Remedy, my organic skincare line. I believe this can be a game changer." Alan nodded perfunctorily and flipped through the documents she presented. His brows furrowed slightly as he skimmed the pages. Jasmine watched his expression shift, not with interest, but with disinterest. Still, she pressed on, explaining her market analysis, her growing customer base, and her plans for expansion. When she finished, Alan closed the portfolio and leaned back in his chair. "Ms. Carter, I appreciate your enthusiasm, but I'm afraid Sterling Heights is looking for clients with more substantial collateral. We prioritize applicants with proven financial stability and assets to back the loan. Perhaps you could revisit this idea once you've established yourself further." His tone was polite but dismissive, his words sharp as ice. Jasmine's heart sank, but she forced herself to remain calm. "Mr. Whitmore," she said evenly, "I understand the importance of collateral, but my business is profitable and growing. I've provided detailed projections that show how this loan will not only help me scale, but also ensure a strong return on investment." Alan smiled thinly. "It's not just about numbers, Miss Carter. Sterling Heights has a long-standing reputation to uphold. We're selective about the businesses we partner with." The implication was clear, though unspoken. Jasmine was not the kind of partner they sought. She felt the sting of rejection, not just as an entrepreneur, but as a black woman daring to ask for a seat at the table. Jasmine stood, her posture unbroken. "Thank you for your time," she said, her voice steady. She gathered her portfolio and left the office, but as she walked out of the bank's grand doors, a fire ignited within her. This wasn't the end of her story. It was only the beginning. Years passed, and the world shifted in ways Sterling Heights Bank had not anticipated. Jasmine poured her energy into Rose and Remedy, bootstrapping her business with the support of her community. She leveraged social media to amplify her brand, garnered attention from major retailers, and landed partnerships that catapulted her products into stores nationwide. Her resilience became her currency, and her success was unstoppable. But Jasmine never forgot that morning in the bank. Each milestone she achieved fueled her determination to challenge the systemic barriers that had sought to hold her back. One evening, as she reviewed quarterly earnings in her sunlit home office, Jasmine received an unexpected call. The voice on the other end was familiar but nervous. "Ms. Carter, this is Alan Whitmore from Sterling Heights Bank. I've been following your incredible success, and I wanted to discuss a potential partnership." We believe your story aligns with our renewed commitment to diversity and innovation. Jasmine let the silence stretch just long enough to make him squirm. Mr. Whitmore, she said finally, her voice cool, I'll have my assistant set up a meeting. But let's be clear. This conversation will happen on my terms. When Jasmine walked back into Sterling Heights Bank, she was no longer the hopeful entrepreneur seeking approval. She was a powerhouse, a mogul with influence and leverage. This time, the lobby didn't intimidate her. It was merely a stage. In the meeting, she faced Alan and the board of directors. They presented their proposal with carefully curated words about collaboration and mutual benefit, but Jasmine had come prepared. She countered their pitch with a proposition of her own. An acquisition. Sterling Heights Bank will become part of the Carter Financial Group, she said, her voice steady and commanding. We'll retain the existing staff, but the leadership team will be restructured to reflect the values of inclusivity and opportunity that you claim to champion. The board was stunned. Alan, visibly uncomfortable, tried to mask his shock. Ms. Carter, this is highly unconventional. No more unconventional than a bank denying a viable business loan based on outdated perceptions. Jasmine replied, her gaze unwavering. This isn't just a business move. It's a statement. Months later, Jasmine stood at a podium in the bank's newly renovated lobby, addressing an audience of employees, press, and community members. Behind her, the Sterling Heights logo had been replaced with a sleek new emblem, Carter Financial Group. This institution once represented a barrier for me, Jasmine said, her voice carrying both strength and warmth. Today, it represents possibility. Together, we will build a future where opportunity knows no bounds, where success isn't defined by the limits others place on us, but by the heights we dare to reach. The audience erupted into applause, but Jasmine's focus remained on the faces before her. Faces of every color, age, and background. She saw hope, determination, and pride. This was more than her victory. It was theirs. Jasmine had walked into Sterling Heights Bank as a dreamer and left as its CEO. But her greatest triumph wasn't the title. It was the change she had sparked, proving that resilience could reshape reality and that the future belonged to those brave enough to claim it.